for giving me an opportunity to share my experiences related to teaching profession. Because being a teacher, I joined my teaching profession and teaching as my passion. So for a teacher, it is not only to impart instructions. Teacher has a numerous roles to perform. And what are these roles to perform? The first thing which comes in front of the teacher, that is leadership. A teacher should always be a leader, and without leadership, it's not possible for a teacher to improve himself and herself. So, my topic, when they have given me to present myself on leadership skills for teacher, so automatically you people can easily understand how teacher can devote himself or herself in this profession where the whole system of education depends upon the teacher. Teacher is the backbone of the society. Teachers not only to deal with the society, but has a very important task to make the all-round personality of the individual. And there is a number of things which teacher is performing in his career. In the classroom, she or he is dealing with the students. And outside of the classroom, teacher is performing number of tasks like preparing the curriculum, making the assessments, arranging the parent-teacher meet, accepting the challenges, whatever the challenges prevailing in the society, like digital. Now we are in the era of digital mentorship, and we have seen that those who are having this profession, only limited teachers know about the technology. But during COVID-19, we have seen that all teachers have developed the skill of learning. They are used to with the technology. And for that purpose, teacher's role is not confined to a limited in the classroom teaching. Teacher's role is confined to learn each and everything and present himself or herself as a leader, so that she or he can shape the society. She can shape the personality of the individual. For that purpose, there are certain skills which is very important for a teacher to perform, to learn. And what are that skills? Let's see that. Like teacher leadership, actually what we can say that teacher leadership is a process. Teacher leaders are the professionals who carry through with this process to lead change in their school for the benefit of all students. When the student enters in the school, the role of the teacher starts like mother, like leader, because she or he has to go to see whatever the changes required or whatever the things they are required for the benefit of all students. So teacher leaders step outside their classroom doors and accept the challenges to improve their practice through working with colleagues, school administration and professional staff, as well as students and their families. So you can easily assess how teachers are working to improve their self day by day. Teachers are improving their self. How they are improving their self? When they go to door to see what the students are facing, what the parents are facing, how they are connected, how they maintain the coordination between the school and the staff, between the parents. All these things taken into consideration, and without the leadership of the teacher, it is not possible. So we can easily say that it's a process, it's not a one-day job. It is a whole process where teacher work time to time on every aspect, so that maximum beneficial should be provided to the students, so that they come a very good or fruitful for the society. So we can say that then what is teacher leadership? The formal definition, if we say that teacher leadership is when teachers go beyond their classroom responsibilities. As I already told you, that classroom responsibilities means how to teach them, what to teach, how to teach, whom to teach, where to teach, to check everything, their academics, to touch their cognitive level, and assume informal and formal roles within the school to influence and enhance instructions and learning for all students. Teacher has to frame the syllabi, teacher has to frame the curriculum, teacher has to frame what type of activities should be included in the curriculum, so that all-round personality of the individual will be possible. Yeah, we can say that all-round development of the individual can be done. So teacher who hold the professional identity as an educator. Teacher is always an educator because his role is always to learn, and whatever he learns, he demonstrates as a leader within the classroom, school, community, and beyond, either through the formal and informal realm. So you can easily see that how much a teacher performing his role. Sometimes he goes door to door to enlighten their parents, to bring them awareness, like Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, or we can say that Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, or Beti Padhao, like such type of activities. So teachers are sometimes are always stand at that place where they can perform a number of roles, and they are performing the various roles. So we can say that who is teacher, or what is a teacher? So we can say that teacher is basically a verb which means to show, instruct, or impart knowledge. A teacher is a person that imparts knowledge to others. The person receiving the knowledge is a student or learner. Knowledge is any information, instruction, skill, or fact brought to a person's attention. We can say that a teacher who leads the other, who impart the knowledge. Knowledge is not only confined to academics. Knowledge is having a very broader concept. Any type of information, any type of training, any type of skill which the teacher knows, and she is always trying to impart the learner as well as the society, so that there should be a bond between the school and the society should be developed day by day, and student can learn each and everything, because we are in a global where we are part of the world. So every there is a changing. You have seen that national policy on education, where they stress on teachers' role. Teacher should be creative, teacher should be enthusiastic, teacher should be monitor the all-round development of the student. Teacher should create such type of environment where the students should be creative, enthusiastic, and they should have the courage to learn the things and face the society very boldly. So I can say that the role of the teacher is very tremendous. Then who is the leader? The leader basically originates from the word lead, defined as to guide, to go before and show the way. A leader goes before others and guide them in a certain direction. A leader is a person that can influence people to move toward achieving a shared vision. This ability to influence and guide people to follow a particular course is called leadership. That means teachers, what is the teacher's role? When the teacher play as a leader, the leader's role always is go beyond their limits. He always try to develop, to draw best among the child. Teacher always play a role of a leader, because teacher influence the learner. What are their qualities, what are their capacities, what are their attitude, what are their aptitude, where which path is right for a student. So in every direction, teacher is like a leader, because leader is that who lead, and teacher always lead his students or learners. Then what are the qualities of a leadership behavior? If the teacher is a leader, so you automatically see that he is a directive. he provide that direction, informing subordinate what is expected of them. Because teacher's role is not only to deal with the learner, it's a teamwork where he has to perform with his seniors, with his juniors. And teacher always providing guidelines to their juniors, as well accepting the guidelines from their senior, and always try to learn. They are sporting, showing concern for subordinates by being friendly and approachable, because fellowship, friendship, love, adjustable, adjustment, everything is in the system, because school, or we can say this is miniature form of the society, and teacher, learner, learning environment, all are connected with each other. If there is no congenial environment, there is no learning, there is no teaching. So being a leadership, teacher always aware what type of environment is suitable in the system. So is the participating, consulting with subordinates in decision making. Like teacher has to play a number of roles. I can say that midday meal is there, and other activities are there, assessments are there, parent teacher meetings are there, then there is a professional association between the parents and the teacher, all these things. And for that purpose always require a mutual understanding and decisions, achievements. And a good teacher leadership, a good leader, what they are doing, they are setting some goals for subordinates as well as for learners. When the goals are clear, everyone performing the same task, because they do the work in a team, and they can clear their goals, fix their goals, or clear their goal within a period of time. They set the time and showing confidence in their ability to meet the expectation. So when the teacher comes in the society, though there are the expectation in the sides of the administration, in the sides of the government, in the sides of the parents, and teacher always trying to do his best, because they have the ability to meet the challenges and to complete the expectation of the people. Teacher is always a leadership traits, and having the facilitative. He is building teams, shaping leaders, and creating effective working relationships. So those who are having a leadership behavior, because when we entered in this profession, we already such type of skills in our behavior. We know how to facilitate, how to shape the teachers, how to guide the students, how to do the work with the system, how to select all these things. And if we all know all these things, this is very easier for us to adopting the leadership behavior in our us. We can say that group decision making, getting groups that analyze problem together and make collective decisions, group decisions. As we all know that teaching is not a cup of tea which everyone can take. Teaching means a group job, a group work, where all the decisions are taken in a collaborative form. So everything should be taken into consideration. If some subjects or some topics or some problems are emerged in the system, they will discuss together and make collective decisions. This is not a single person decision where a teacher. Then comes the value based. Understanding the subordinates' value and using them as a motivator and instrument of cohesiveness. You know, value based. So teacher profession is always morally high. We should always respect those who are having the leadership behavior. You can easily assess how they are understandable, how they listen the problems of the others, how they can find out the solution of that problems, how they can work them, how they can work as a motivator, because you have seen that teacher sometimes plays the role of a counselor, and being a counselor, teacher always guiding the, or we can say that always treating the learner and their subordinates in a very cooperative and effective way. So how connection there between teaching and learning, how they are connected with each other. Teachers are the leader in the classroom, school, and the entire education system. We can say that the whole system of education is incomplete without teachers. Teachers lead through their actions, speech, and behavior. They are responsible for taking students through the challenging learning activities and possibly lead them to success. This sense of responsibility makes them leader even if they hold no official authoritative position. You know, we all know that a learner has to pass through the different stages of life. Adult infancy stages there, childhood stages there, adolescent stages there. So it is only the teacher who sometimes plays the role of a mentor, sometimes plays the role of an observer, sometimes he is the connector, sometimes he is the coach, sometimes he is the guidance worker, sometimes he is the counselor. And everything he is observing in their system and always try to guide the student to taking the right decisions in their life and prepare them to face the challenges of life. Because without facing the challenges of life, it is not possible to all-round development of the individual. So teacher always act as a leader. So teacher's role to do the job as a leader. So teacher leaders use their position as an instructor, motivate students, help them to achieve academic target. So academic excellence, how they achieve? It is only the teacher who knows the potential of the learner, where they fall. They are not like their parents, because you have seen that some parents always try to push their words to do the choose a particular professions, but it is only the teacher who know the potential, whether he is good in mathematics, whether he is good in arts, whether he is good in painting, whether he is good in dancing, whether he is good in science, whether he is good in humanities. So teacher is that one who act as a leader, who know and help the learner to achieve what he or she wants in his life. Teacher leader uses their flexibility to understand what style or behavior best suits student and help them reach their goal. I already told you, because teacher is a very understandable. Teacher is very cooperative. Teacher is playing a number of roles. He is playing as a counselor. He knows the psychological behavior of the learner. He knows the cognitive aspects of the learner. He knows the emotional aspects of the learner. He knows where the learner falls. So he always try to guide the students and help them to reach their goals. The teacher, through their leadership skill, to come up with a behavior or style that complement the student abilities, adjust their deficiencies. This is a leadership style. It's a style of the teacher. It's a skill. How teacher develop a rapport with the learner. Teacher not criticizing the learner. It's a skill to guide them, to improve his shortcomings, and to guide them how they can improve their deficiencies and how they prove to be a useful asset for the society. So the teacher leader creates a path through which the student achieve their valued outcomes. Teacher is always trying to develop a path, clear the path of the learner, where a student know their values, know his potential, and help him to achieve its outcomes. Now, next is how we can define that as a teacher leadership. Teacher leaders are educators who use their expertise to improve student learning by working inside and outside the classroom in formal and informal ways, to augment the professional skills of the colleagues, to strengthen the culture of the school, and to improve the quality of education. Everything. We can say that teachers are the educators. They are the educationists. They know day by day what obstacles occurs during their classroom teaching, how it can be improved, because we all know that there are exceptional children. Delinquents are there, problematic children are there, genius are there, creative are there, mentally challenged are there, physically handicapped are there, hearing problems are there, number of issues are there. And teacher has to learn in a very vast way. His knowledge should be in a very vast. It is the teacher who build the policies. And nowadays inclusive children are included in a normal classrooms. Why? Because to see the what skills are required and how we can improve the system of education. So it's a network. Teacher always circle to plan, develop, assess and practice each and everything, whether it is the technology or whether other skills, so that they can guide the student, they can enlighten the student, they can help the student to achieve their goals. So teacher learning from practice, action research with technology. You have seen that every day we are doing the certain research are conducted to see the student level, their stress level, their emotional level, how they are handling, how they are working, how why students are adolescents who are turned into stress, why their life is very, now the students are committing suicide. Everything teacher has to taken into consideration. And this type of teacher leadership is that who observe the student and each and every point, to see the potential of the student, to see the IQ level of the student, to see the EI, emotional intelligence level of the student, and try to inculcate the culture, to strengthen the culture of the school where the student can learn in an effective way. After that, we can say that the process of teacher learn to be leader. What is the process? How teacher learn to be a leader? How teacher to become a leader? You have, nowadays, what I have been a principal, what I have observed, that thousands of students, teacher trainees are getting the BA degree, and they are applying for the teacher's job. Maybe some are working, maybe some are still in the training process, but I feel that teachers are something different. They are extraordinary, and those who have that desire, they can improve themselves. So the process of becoming teacher leaders begin with becoming learners, and teachers become leaders through reflecting on their practice. So, reflection occurs. Teacher's behavior or teacher's personality reflecting his traits, whether the teacher have a trait of leadership or not. And whatever the teacher is performing in his school, it reflects. And day by day, by more practicing, with more experiencing, and their teaching style change day by day. They learn the things, again learn the new thing. And its teacher is always a lifelong learner. He is not a learner like a small, one day or after getting the degree there is no need to learn. No, teacher is always a learner. And whatever the changes occurred in the society, teacher always try to learn. I said that digitalization, like computerization, there was a time when teachers know very little about them, because all teachers are not belongs to urban areas. In my belongs to Jammu, so I observed that there are so many teachers belongs to far-flung areas, mountaineering areas where there is no internet connection, where it is very hard to connect with the student. During the rainy days when flood occurs, it is a very hard to make a connection with the learner. But it is only the teacher who put all his efforts and trying to provide every incentive to his or her student, so that he always trying out to new experiments. He always do the new experiments. And we all have seen in our social media where the teacher use their mobile phone, how they are hand their mobile phone with the rope, with the dupattas, and try to teach their students, always trying to connect with the students by telephonically, by giving them messages, sending messages, or whatever the things, because the technology is changing day by day and everyone is trying to expand their knowledge to learn. So these are the traits of a leader. And if the teacher wants to improve, if the teacher improve herself, automatically he or she can improve the student and the learning, pursuing improvement with their peers and the practice. I have a lot of teachers connection, and they told me that when the COVID-19 occurred, we were failed to use the Zoom, because we don't have the idea about that time how to do work on Zoom, how to do the practice, how to do the lectures, how to teach the students. But continuously they work on it. When they start work in their peer groups and then do the practice, automatically they learned the techniques. So this is the trait. It showed that teachers wants to improve their self. They have the trait like a leader. So they want to change their self for that purpose. So they are moving further. So how teachers leadership skills, what type of leadership skills is required to a teacher? A teacher leader has the different skills like empathy, which is very essential, how we think about the problem of others. Do we have such type of behavior? Do we feel the pain of others? So I feel that being a teacher is always empath. Teacher is like empath. He always understand the feeling of others. He always understand the problem of others. So achieving educational goals while advancing a sense of belongingness. Teacher is the second mother of the child, and without understanding the sorry, without understanding the problem of the child, and without the sense of belongingness, we cannot develop a student. We cannot develop the personality of the individual. We cannot develop the sorry. So teacher always create a congenial environment, always having an emotional intelligence. He academically intelligent is a one thing, but emotionally intelligent means how beautifully she or he is handling the situation. So beautification of handling the situation, adjustment, mental health, all are connected with this. And foster encouragement, kindness and respect. If the teacher is not soft spoken, if the teacher is not strong motivator, if the teacher has no kindness, if the teacher is having no respect for their youngers and for their seniors, then it is very hard to develop the leadership skill. So leadership skill always tried to teachers should have be sympathetic, kind-hearted, respect with their seniors as well as with their peers, as well as with the juniors, as well as with the learner, and guides collective responsibilities, school practice, procedures and policies, whatever is connected with the school. The teacher has the responsibility to do the work as a team. Not always try to say that I am the one who knows each and everything and others know nothing. No, no. Teacher's responsibility to do the practices, to perform the right practices, to always guide them, follow the procedures like test, what things are essential for a learner, either cycle test, unit test, activities, different types of we can say the maximums or practices of teaching, and the policies, what type of policies they are followed, or methodology, everything is required. Open mindedness, teacher always should be open, accept the criticism. He should have the capability that if there is something is lag behind, or there is something is not desirable for the behavior of the teacher, he should be open minded to accept the challenges, accept the weaknesses, to try to improve their personality as well. Self awareness, capitalizing on unique strengths to accomplish school goals. Self awareness is very important. Self awareness means to know their strength and weaknesses. If the teacher know his weaknesses, his strength, and to try to improve his weaknesses, to strengthen the school and to strengthen the learner's goal, so empathy is very important for a learner. Next comes analytical. So, assessing educational strategy and the quality of resources build a goal-directed learner. Critical thinking encourages reflective practices, rational problem solving, records class observation and outcomes. Strategic in clarifying common student misconception, uses data to inform decisions and improve outcomes. Analytical skill. Teacher should always the analyst to see what are the strategies, what type of resources are required, how we can build the setup where the student can achieve their goals. He should be critical thinker. He should have the reflection in his, it represent the in his practices. He should have logical mind. He uses logical. He should be a problem solver. He should have the cognitive, means every aspect, logically thinking, decision making capacity, reach, and everything he should be taken into considerations, and logically think. If something happens, if there is a problem in the of a learner side, or there is a problem in the system, he always try to find out the reason. He should be rational. He should observe he should maintain the anecdotal records, so that he can easily see the activities of the learner within the classroom, outside of the classroom, and everything. After that, he should take the outcomes, and if the counseling is provide the learner, if some guidance is provide the learner, he should provide. But everything should be based on the analytical skill of the teacher, because leader should always be analyzed. Not only he should be develop the favoritism or partial behavior or some kind of behavior which is not good for the learner. So he always collect the data, which help him to take the decisions and to improve the outcomes of the society. So next is our adaptable. The teacher should be adaptable. He adopts curriculum content to correlate with the advancement in modern society. Ensure class materials is accessible for every learner. Generates attention-grabbing, creative curriculum. Innovative with multimedia approaches. Maximizes educational framework like universal design for learning that provide flexible learning environment for all. Utilizes current event to convey class material, willing to alter a syllabus for optimal success. So teacher is always an adaptable behavior. And adoption curriculum means whether this curriculum or the change of the curriculum is required or it is fruitful for the society. We have seen that in national policy and education, where integrated courses are introduced, where multiple courses, a student who has adopted a science subject can also take the other humanities also. So diversification of courses are introduced, skill-based courses are introduced, everything is introduced, and it is the teacher's responsibility. Being a leader, teacher should adopt everything so that it should be fruitful for the society and helps the learner to adjust in the changing society. And a teacher always ensure that there should be material, whatever the material they are providing the learner, are they are accessible, it is easier, or they are according to the mental level of the individual, or because at every stage learner's mindset is different. At every stage his IQ is different. So slowly and gradually teacher generate everything, those activities, or it should include those activities in the curriculum which makes the learning effective, and and it encourages the learner to grab all the things and sustain the attention of the learner. For that purpose, new innovative techniques should be introduced. Multimedia, or we can say that, introduced, so that flip teaching is there, constructive learning is there, because we should frame the education system in such like a way that everyone can gain the education. There should be no dropout, there should be no wastage and stagnation in the country. So every time we utilize current events to convey class material, whatever the way teacher has to perform the activities where student can learn maximum at their points. So teacher should be courageous. If the teacher have a vision, teacher have the courage, you automatically see that teacher learns certain skills. So, conduct inclusive conversation on social justice initiative, demonstrate resilience and determination, goes above and beyond the school status, identify school system gaps and take responsibility for resolution, offer constructive feedback to others for professional development. Since failure is required for learning, reward effort regardless of the outcome, support our willingness to take risk. If the teacher has the courage to learn, automatically it brings a change in the society. Always willingness to take risk, to do the action research. If the student is weak, to find out the reason why the student is not interested in learning. If student is problematic, find out the way how the student is problematic. If that sometime there is a criticism the part of the teacher, so he or she should accept the criticism and try to learn more and more things, because teacher is always should have a courageous to learn. If teacher has the courage to learn, teacher can gain a lot of things in his or her life. Then teacher should be committed and motivated. Yes, teacher always are committed. He has the responsibility of the nation. Teacher is accountable and action-oriented. Whatever the activities, whatever the task performed by the teacher, it should reflect in the behavior of the learner. Teacher has the energy that stimulates teacher satisfaction. When a teacher entered into the classroom and teacher's energy, teacher's presentation, teacher's action gives enthusiasm to learner to learn, to study. And when the teacher taught his subjects in the classroom, and when he come outside of the classroom, automatically you feel that whether the teacher was satisfied or something is there lag behind. So when the satisfaction occurs in here, it means that you put all your energy to do the task more fruitful. So you should be motivated and determined to make a difference. Teacher always be a motivator. Teacher always motivate the learners. Teacher always try to guide the learner, mold the energy of the learner in a desirable direction, so that he can easily adjust in the society. Teacher is an organized planner who prioritize with direction, momentum and vision. Teacher is an organizer, is a plan. Everything is planned in a systematic way. What to do, how to do, what methodology is required, what strategy should be framed, how I can motivate my student, how I can teach effectively with my learners, how my learner can learn whatever I am going to teach. Everything should be planned in a systematized way. What teaching aids are required, whether it is a trip-based learning or whether it is a classroom learning. If in the classroom, what activities teacher has to perform. Her vision should be very clear. It should be possesses an authentic passion, enthusiasm and excitement for education. naturally end. If there is no excitement, there is no learning, there is no teaching. Teacher should be authenticate. Teacher should have the authority. Teacher should have the enthusiasm. If teacher is like a lazy, today dear students, I don't have good to teach you. So what is the result of the student? Whether they are enthusiastic to learn? No, they don't have learned. And we nowadays I hear a number of times, our teacher know nothing. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. But I know better than her. So what's the reason behind that? Because student teachers are now, sometimes they are showing their lot of interest and sometimes they don't have interest. So if the teacher is committed, he is more strong motivator, he is enthusiastic, he always prioritize the goals and represent the school in the community on boards and committees. We can easily see that how the teacher's representation, how the teacher represents, the results shows, but it is only depend on the academic achievement of the learner. If the result 99%, 100% results are there, but actual our teacher's goal is not only prepare the learner for academic achievement. Teacher role is to prepare the learner how to adjust in the society, how to face the challenges of life, how to achieve their goals. So support the development of the colleagues and setting for student to thrive. Well, always set some goals. Okay, how to achieve that goal, what efforts are required for that purpose. So he is a great communicator, communication and connection, ability to network are and unite individuals, groups, communities and affiliates toward a common cause. An active listener that paraphrases, mediates and use conflict resolution strategies, collaboration with administrator, colleagues, legislative leaders, parent and student, facilitates large and small groups, ignites other interest in educational issues, manages group dynamics and with sensitivity and skill, trustworthy and transparent team player. There are a number of things that a teacher must know. Teacher is the central point of the whole system of education. He is the ability to develop a network and unite all individuals, group, communities, everyone. He should know what changes are prevailing in the society. And we all know that Indian society is divided into caste, class, and number of things, religion, language based, whatever the things. But it is only the teacher who can remove these conflicts and prepare all the students to sit together under one roof and develop a very good approach, a positive approach toward the society. He always collaborates with the administrators, colleagues, legislative leaders, parents, students, because it is only the teacher who provides the guidelines to all. The teacher is the one who prepare the leaders, who make the doctors, who make the engineers, who make the advocates, everyone. So without the collaboration of the teacher with the administration, with their colleagues, with the society, it is not possible to run a school. So it facilitates large and small groups. It always ignites whatever happens in the society, whatever happened in the education system, whatever the problem occurred in the society. He always tried to find out the solution of all that, so that a learner or so that society can develop in a desirable way. So he always play a team player, play the role of a team player. He should be transparent, always transparent, and always try to find out the solution, whatever happens in the society, and bring a change in the system. And he should have a love of learning. Teacher always love learning. It's a continuous process. And teacher always have learned everything whatever in the society. Actually keep class material modern and relevant. Confidently asks to provoking questions about standard practices and the efficiency of procedures. Continually tries to self-improve, seeking feedback, often displays genius interest in people and learning processes. Educates and challenges students' comprehension and retention so learner reach the highest potential. Seeks opportunities to understand. So teacher always see what is prevailing in the society, how to sort out these problems, what is the interest of the people, what is the culture of the society, how we can impart all these in among the learners, how learners can prove to be an asset for the society, how what type of opportunities are providing in the society, and how student like, so I already said that teacher is the one who knows the scholarship schemes, who knows the educational loans, and it is and he only guide the students, parents, even though if the student is genius, students want to gain their education but they don't have the financial assets, then teachers see everything and always provide guidelines to the parents as well as the learner to what type of opportunities are there and how they get benefited with these opportunities. So teacher role is very high. This is not a Tom and Dick, Harry cannot be a good teacher. So next is the engaging classroom and community presence. Classroom and community both are connected with each other because in the classroom students comes from the different communities. So he always conducting the parent teacher meeting, approaches to student and parents seeking further information, and whatever the changes occurs in the society or whatever the changes occurs in the behavior of the learner and what are desirable behavior and what is undesirable behavior, how diversification of curriculum should, everything should be engaging, or we can say that discussing are a part and parcel of the syllabi or the curriculum, so that student learner can learn in a congenial environment, inclusive environment, entertains and enlighten, facility frequency asking question, means we can say that in the class teacher creating such an environment where student feel happy, feel energetic, and he should be free to ask any questions, and every type of facilities should be there where the student is free to ask questions, and a teacher always act as a model because learner or student always imitate their teachers. He always try to imitate his teacher because he feels that his teacher is always right, and if the teacher is always right, he tries to follow the teacher. Whatever the teacher teaches in the classroom, the learner is accepting the behavior of that teacher. So next is the patience. Patience is an important tool for a teacher. Big picture thinkers who build relationship, partnership and opportunities over time, clarify any content question from student with compassion, construct school capacity for sustainable success, deals calmly and effectively with the resistance to self-regulation and stress management, hopefully with humanity and keenly aware that meaningful plans take time, recognize hierarchy and power structure at play, sets achievable and realistic goals. Like, teacher is also a human being. Sometimes teacher also has to face a lot of problems at home as well as in the school, and teacher always think big, not small, and he know how to make his mental health clear and healthy. Always focus on the betterment of the individual. He or she always knows how to manage the stress in the society, in the school, as well as at home. Make a balance between all these two. Because if the teacher has no patience, it is very hard for a teacher to handle the learners. Because every individual has a unique traits. Every person has a unique trait. Every one is different than others. So if there is difference, so teacher has to handle the learner, has to handle the society, has to handle the environment. Sometimes environment is not in favorable of the teacher. But if the teacher has the patient, he should can easily handle the environment. Then next comes the honor best practices. Sorry. Administrator careful due diligence in educational assessment, curriculum and instruction. Conducts research on educational case studies and peer review for the latest and effective teaching methods. Consult with other local, statewide and national teachers to inspire new ideas. Employ time management techniques. Persistently revise course content for elements. Then developing technical skills. Uses technology as a tool to collaborate, communicate, instruct courses. All this. Dekho how it do the best honor practices. It is only the teacher who deal with the student, to deal with the learner, deal in the classroom. And practically teacher has to face lot of problems in the classroom. And when teacher can conduct the action research, the reason of because there is a variety of exceptional children are there, and teacher has to handle all these learners, all these students, to find out their causes, to find out their problems, and to find out the techniques how to handle all these things. For that purpose, teacher always working on it to do the task and perform their task effectively for the students. Then comes next, development of teacher leadership skills. How the teacher leadership skill? Disseminate classroom instructions to students. The classroom as the initial breeding ground for the teacher leadership. Development of teacher leadership starts in the classroom. The classroom is the foundation for teacher leadership. So, you can easily understand leadership of the teacher starts in the classroom. Student always follow the teacher. If teacher has a good knowledge, if teacher is cooperative, if teacher is attentive, if teacher is sympathetic, if teacher is we can say passionate, then automatically in the classroom the foundation of leadership starts. It occurs. And then comes the next is the importance for a teacher to be a leader. Why it is important for a teacher to become a leader in the classroom? Classroom teacher leader is essential for uplifting the overall performance of the student in academic and social life, because it is teacher plays the role of a facilitator. Teacher is the role model. Teacher is the mediator. Teacher always see what type of changes are required in the behavior of the learner. How learner to be fruitful for the society. And in the classroom, the teacher, whatever the teacher's action, they give impact on the student. And with the activities or the action or the activities of the teacher makes the learner how to adjust in the society. He grasps the things, he learns the things, he weighs. So teacher is the role model. He facilitates, always providing number of activities, organizing number of activities, debates, seminars, field trip, tours. So the student know what is going on in the society and how to handle the society in an effective way. So teacher leaders in the classroom. Leadership and students academic performance, students growth and achievement, student achievement and growth. Teacher leadership, student academic. Naturally, if the teacher go to the appropriate way, it affects the academic performance of the learner. If the teacher is knowledgeable, teacher is enthusiastic, teacher is motivated, it helps the learner to grasp the subjects. And next is the students growth and achievement. Students growth, how student growth? Growth at the level of cognitive, affective and psychomotor. His emotions, his physical, mental, emotional, language, spiritual, everything required for the achievement. And if the teacher being a leader from all these, touch every aspect of the individual, his growth is possible. And if the student achievement and growth means student achievement is depend on its growth. How much a student's all-round growth is there, or development is there, automatically it affects their achievements. Next is the making a difference by leading from the classroom. Lack of teacher leadership in the classroom result in minimal students growth. We can easily understand promoting and supporting teacher leadership in classroom will lead to increased student achievement, developing positive teacher-student relationship, establishing practical classroom goals and routines, and improving instructional assessment and co-curricular activities. We can easily assess if the teacher is having no enthusiasm or lack of knowledge or low leadership traits. We can easily see that students have no interest in learning, they don't want to learn, they have no interest in teacher, they lose their interest in particular subjects. And if the teacher is promoting, facilitator, supporter, easily help the student to achieve their goals. So it is very important for a teacher to develop a positive teacher-leader student relationship, because without it's not possible to become a good person. So how teacher can strengthen their leadership skills. Teacher leader today focus on more on adding values to their classroom function to enhance student learning. They collaborate and cooperate with their teachers and mentors in practice. This helps them learn from their others, engage in introspection and continuously improve their practice. Teacher leaders use their experience and knowledge to mentor and model effective practices for beginning teacher. Classroom teacher leaders build positive relationship with the student, listening to their needs, mentoring them and voicing out their problem. Teacher leaders should create an inclusive learning environment that motivates students to learn. Congenial environment is there, cooperation is there, collaboration is there, and one thing which is very important for a teacher to know, introspect continuously. Teacher should introspect himself or herself to know their strengths and weaknesses, where she or he is lag behind, and continuously introspection help us to improve ourselves, to improve the practices. And if we know, but if we maximum the nature of the people is that to criticize the others. They have a lot of drawbacks. They don't know how to teach. They don't know have the capability. They have a very less knowledge. But when we introspect ourselves, we can easily know where we stand. And if we want to strengthen our leadership skill, we need to continuously poke ourselves to see what are the weaknesses, how we can improve it, how we can do the practice, how we can prove an asset for the society, how we can work as a mentor, how we can make our practices more effective, how we can cooperate with our colleagues, how we can make a positive relation with the student, we can see the needs and requirement of the society, how we can sort out all these things. So teacher can create a very congenial environment in the school. So next is lastly we can say that teacher leadership is the solution to effective and outstanding teaching and learning. If you want an outstanding teacher, if you want to become an outstanding teacher, you need to learn the leadership traits and leadership skills. The quality of the classroom teacher is a crucial determinant to learner success in the entire system, entire school. Learners taught by excellent educator are more likely to achieve their academic goal than those under a less effective teacher. Knowledge of leadership skill for a teacher is the solution to effective and outstanding teaching and learning. Teacher leaders are highly motivated to enhance student achievement. Leadership skills for the teacher will facilitate the success of the class, school and district, and hence build a well-educated population that will prove asset for the society or for the nation. So teacher should always improve herself. Teacher should always develop a positive attitude. Teacher should always develop a leadership trait. Teacher will always try to improve himself. Teacher is always to learn new techniques, whatever the prevailing in the society. Teacher should always learn having the knowledge of leadership skill, so that he should prove to be effective for the society and create the effective, well-educated population for which will prove an asset for the society, which will prove for the benefit of the society, which makes the nation in a new form. So it is only through the leadership skill. If the teacher can get the leadership skill or work on it to improve herself, he should definitely give a very teach the society, improve the society. And I think teacher is a very, then we can say that I have done that cannot be a good teacher. Teacher is a very good job. Teacher is very professionally is very high. Teacher is an educator. Teacher is like a lamp who lights others. So do whatever you can do at your own. So these are the skills, leadership skills in teacher, which makes a teacher confident, attractive, that make his teaching effective, and shape the destiny of the nation. Thank you so much. Hello. Yes.